The Mail now, and Sadiq Khan says that anyone who doesn't like his ULEZ expansion is a COVID-denying conspiracy theorist Nazi. Or maybe they just don't like being shaken down for money for no apparent reason. Francis.
Well, our mayor, who is an absolute top-level legend, has said that if you disagree with the ULEZ, then you are a conspiracy theorist, you're an anti-vaxxer, you're a Nazi, you're a COVID denier, you're an anti-Semite, you're probably transphobic as well, all of this. And it's just unbelievable that our mayor, the mayor of this city, when people criticise a very divisive policy, which ULEZ is a policy that is going to be rolled out across this country, across this city.
Well, and across the country as well. They're doing it in other cities, and it's expanding into the suburbs of those cities as well.
Absolutely, into Greater London. This is happening when we have a cost of living crisis, when people's mortgages and rents are going through the roof, when their bills are going through the roof, when inflation is through the roof, food prices, you go, what are you doing?
But it's also completely scientifically unnecessary because, I mean, it makes sense in the centre of a town where you've got congestion and you've got pollution, but in the suburbs, they're leafy, there's a lot more space between the cars. And also, we're all moving to electric cars over the next decade anyway, so there aren't going to be emissions on the roads. So the whole thing is ridiculous. And, I mean, this idea that, everybody that opposes the ULEZ scheme is an anti-vax or COVID denier, conspiracy theorist and Nazi. I mean, in my case, it's a lucky guess. But I think for most people, they're completely separate issues.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a bit similar saying for those that voted for Brexit that they were racist or this, that and the next thing. It's a kind of homogenised thing. In Glasgow, they have tried to roll out the ULEZ, but unfortunately, I think it was 600 of the council's vehicles didn't pass the test. But that's a bit like, I remember with the COP26 thing, that they had delegates at Gleneagles, which is a really, really posh hotel, and they had a fleet of Teslas for them, but they didn't have charging points because they're not great infrastructure as is back up the road, and they had to get a diesel generator in which to power the car. So it kind of...
And drive the diesel generator. They had a truck dragging a diesel generator along behind the electric vehicles.
Yes, with Joe Biden on top of it and his entourage. So don't tell Greta.
Absolute madness.